This is another thing that I don't think gets taken into account very often is managing risk. I've seen a lot of businesses fail. They start up and then they end up crashing and burning because they didn't think about this risk thing up front. So there's kind of two layers of managing risk. Number one, you need enough money within your own system or energy in your roots, if you will, to keep you going while you're trying to get this business going. So putting groceries on the table, paying rent, all of those types of things. But on a deeper level and a more important level, I think it's absolutely crucial that we have enough money in the system so that you can be completely indifferent to sales. See, when you start a business, you're going to have to sell. And this is a really contentious point for people because, I mean, when I got into it, I did not want to sell anything. I hate sales, or I did at the time. And the reason we all hate sales and marketing is because it all comes across so icky. You know, like we've all met those people that kind of push their stuff on us. And we're just like, oh man, I don't like this. Infomercials and stuff like that. And so we get into, one of the things that probably holds us back from starting a business is this idea that I'm going to have to sell my services to people. Now, if you've got some money in the bank account that will support you for a period of time, or you've got a part-time job, one of my friends works for a school bus company. So he drives kids in the morning and in the afternoon, and then he's got 6 hours during the day to run his business. And that little bit of work he does in the morning and the afternoon allows him to be indifferent to the sale. So if somebody comes to me or I talk to somebody and I'm completely indifferent to whether they buy my product or not, now my goal is not to try and push myself onto them. My goal is to try and figure out, is what I have to offer a fit? Because I want to work with clients that I absolutely love. And I don't want to ever feel like I'm in a situation where I have to pitch to that client. So I create a product that fundamentally solves a problem that's in the market that's based on the intelligence that I just did. And now my job is to go out and find those exact same people and offer this service that's going to make their life way better. And I can't do that if I'm desperate, if I need to make that next sale in order to put groceries on the table. So managing risk. So I'll just go through this quickly here. So Verge Permaculture, is it scalable? Absolutely. We've got consulting, we've got the network, and then we've got other instructors that can come in and teach for us. So we've got multiple value streams coming through there. Is it risk asymmetrical? You bet. We've got the low capital startup. We've got a medium upside. Education is not the most profitable business out there, but it still pays enough to put groceries on the table, pay the rent, and have money left over at the end. And what's amazing is the community that gets built on the other side. That's the really biggest piece of value that we get out of it. And then there's high upside. One of the biggest upsides as well from a monetary perspective is being able to look at the market. And so I'm constantly seeing niches and opportunities that are not being fulfilled within my bioregion. Does it stack? You bet. So it's got a network of consultants. So Verge Permaculture now has a global network of consultants that it can call in to solve problems that are not even, with solutions that are not even on the table right now. So the stuff that we talk about in this room is not even being discussed on a municipal level. It's not being discussed on a corporate level. None of these things are being discussed. And so if the opportunity is not being discussed, then it ostensibly doesn't exist. And so we have to find ways to get those opportunities and those solutions into the areas where it's not being talked about. It's built us credibility. It's allowed others to enter the market. So as we've become more specialized in what we do, we've left opportunities around us for other people to come into the market and start doing other things, whether it's teaching courses or doing consulting. That's been really important to building a community and building a group of people. If you look on our website, we've got 10 grad videos which detail out what our grads are actually going and doing with their PDCs. So they're actually doing concrete things, starting concrete businesses or projects, and they're going out and they're changing Southern Alberta. And then the other thing is it's provided professional improvement for Michelle and I. So we're constantly learning more, improving our skills, and meeting new people. So in an upturn, we teach. In a downturn, we produce. And, one of the amazing things about what I've learned over the last 10 years as an engineer and now as a permaculture designer is I know how to look at land. And land is one of those anti-fragile opportunities in a lot of cases. So I can actually guide investment, which is hugely anti-fragile.